The regular club season is over. 4 teams like Barca and Manchester United. Let's call those the vacation crew. But 32 teams are gonna fly into the US for the first ever FIFA Club World Cup. The fight isn't over, and who will be crowned global supremacy? Will Real Madrid add a trophy to this atrocious season? Will non-favorites like Pachuca lift the trophy? Stay tuned as we break it down for you, group by group, playoff by playoff, and eventual winners. Someone's gonna get humbled. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the group stage. Starting off with Group A, we got Al Ahly, FC Porto, Inter Miami FC, or CF, sorry, and Palmeiras.
Right off the bat, Inter Miami, I know you got Messi, you got Busquets, Jordi, Suarez.
You're missing one key thing. They got the FIFA president and refs in their pocket, so watch out. Wouldn't be surprised if they take it everything.
But, sorry, Inter Miami, you're just ass. So,
You guys are playing in the Burger League, no competition in MLS. So I think you guys are going to stay last in this group, followed by Al Ahly, third place. First and second, tell them how it's going.
it's going to go Porto at number 1, and then at number 2, the Brazilian Giants, Palmeiras.
A good little opportunity for the wonder kid Estevao to show his worth before his big Chelsea move.
Don't forget about the Barcelona legend, Vitor Roque, Tigrinho.
Vamos a ver, la tigriño o un gatito.
Up next, we're going straight into Group B. This one has some heavy hitters. Paris Saint-Germain is going to take this group in first place. But then we got 3 more teams. Atletico de Madrid, Botafogo, and Seattle Sounders. I give you the first team, finish off the rest of the group.
No one else but the MLS greatest team in the history, Seattle Sounders, starting from the bottom. Then we got the Botafogo. I think they won the Copa de Libertadores.
They're the champions right now.
Yeah, they're the current champions. But that's not enough, as they will finish in third in the group, followed by second place, Atletico de Madrid. Second place is a little high for a team of their stature, but no competition in this group. So PSG tops it, and on to the next group. All right, Group C. Who else is going to top this group other than Bayern Munich, followed by we're going to go with Benfica. They had a good showing in the Champions League. Good couple matchups with Barcelona, but they're going to stay second, only under Bayern. Finished with...
And this group finishes off with, in third place, one of the biggest teams on the planet, historically, because right now, they're ass. But Club Atlético Boca Juniors will get third place. The Argentine Giants they've got Cavani, but they're not in their best form right now. He's a little bit washed. And they keep rotating managers, so we'll put them just above the New Zealand Giants, Auckland City FC, in what is a spicy group.
Decent matchups in that group to look forward to.
In Group D, we've got a bit of uncertainty because there is one matchup that will be played tomorrow from the day that we're filming this. LAFC versus Club America of Mexico. They will play for that D4 spot. But the other 3 teams in this group are Chelsea, Flamengo, and Esperance Sportive from Tunisia. This team, they're lucky to be in this tournament. I feel like no one really expects much from them. So if they can get higher than 4th, which is where we have them, then I think that's a good tournament for them, honestly.
Yeah. And then just to point out, sadly, Club Leon will not be participating, like Christian said. After that, I think their season just went downhill. But we do got Chelsea top in the group, Flamengo coming in second. Group E, we got the Champions League finalist, Inter de Milan, who will be topping our group, followed by River Plate, who should be also a great showing for another wonder kid, Franco Mastatuno, who PSG are interested, and also Real Madrid. Let's go, baby. 17-year-old wonder kid. We'll see how he does this tournament. Followed third place, we have the Mexican Giants, Monterrey. And finishing last, sadly, Urawa. Thank you for participating.
For Urawa. But one thing I will say about Monterrey is I've actually seen some of the news outlets from local news outlets in Monterrey. They think they can beat Inter. So watch out for that matchup.
Well, who knows? Maybe a nice little Sergio Ramos header. And you go.
Or does he convince Cristiano to play?
Oh, I did see some Cristiano rumors. Cristiano. All right, let's see how it goes, boys.
No, Cristiano just retired.
All right, Group F. Christian, take us out.
Group F, we've got 4 solid teams, which honestly, I mean, let's be honest, no disrespect to the 2 teams at the bottom, Ulsan HD and Mamelodi Sundowns FC, but they're just not really on the radar in general, but no disrespect to them. We just think Fluminense and Dortmund are a class above them. But to be honest, we have Fluminense taking this group. Surprise. Not Dortmund is just, they seem a little bit choke-like. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect from Dortmund the last couple of years. I mean, they were in the Champions League final 2 years ago, and then this year they were up and down. I think they still qualify for the Champions League next season, but this is going to be our hot take of this tournament. Fluminense will be topping Group F. All right, next up we got Group G, which Manchester City will top this group. I feel like with the return of Rodri, things should start clicking for this team, and that's why we have them at the top, followed by Juventus, who will be too much for the 2 bottom teams, Al Ain and Wydad. Sorry guys, again, thank you for participating. We'll see you again in 4 years.
Juve is just, I think City takes it just because of the fact that Juve, they're just not in a good time era right now. They went from being dominant in Italy for 10 years to being mediocre in Italy for 5 years. So they're still a class above the other 2 bottom teams, but I think City, with the Ballon d'Or holder, just get to that next level. Group H, the 8th group of the tournament. We've got the favorites in that group, Al Hilal FC. No, I'm just playing. Real Madrid, Al Hilal, Pachuca, Salzburg. This group is honestly could be pretty even. Like I'd say it's probably the most even group out of all of them.
It certainly
Might be a hot take.
Certainly seems like most competitive, most known teams like throughout the entire group. I understand where you might say that, but I mean, who else but the eventual winners of this tournament? FC Pachuca. No.
FC
or CF Pachuca. I mean, they had a good showing in the Club World Cup in the winter, so
rematch.
You never know. Rematch. No, but now I have Real Madrid topping this group, as much as it hurts Christian with Xavi Ball and the new signings out to prove that last season was just a little asterisk in the club's history. I have them topping the group. And second place, we have Al Hilal, who on paper are stacked, but we'll see if that translate into a more competitive setting, because we know how Saudi is.
Yeah, we'll see them in a more competitive stage. And then obviously you've got Pachuca, who, I mean, they, like you said, they were in the Intercontinental Cup final against Real Madrid a few months back, and they had a decent showing. And then Salzburg, who, honestly, I could see them getting 3rd place too. Like I could see Pachuca getting bottom. It wouldn't be a big surprise or anything, but we're just hoping Pachuca can
I feel like
not get bottom.
You think Pachuca would have like the fan support of being a Mexican team?
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Mexican people.
So you'll see a lot of that.
Especially in the US.
The only way I do see Real Madrid not topping this group is if the Al Hilal rumors with the mythical Cristiano Ronaldo signs for them and takes them to the final and wins this and wins his 6th Ballon d'Oro.
Once again, just retire already.
You heard it here first.
So that leaves us with the first matchup in the round of 16. Porto versus Atletico de Madrid, which is a pretty good matchup, I'd say. Pretty interesting, I guess. But Porto's, they got 3rd place this year in their Liga NOS. So I think Atleti should take it.
3rd versus 3rd.
That's true.
Not just Atletico just has the quality and probably one of the best players in the world, and Julian Alvarez on fire right now. So they just easy pick Atletico Madrid onto the quarterfinals. Next one up, we got Bayern Munich versus Flamengo. No disrespect to the Brazilian giants, but this is Bayern Munich, a whole other European giant, if not considered the greatest European giant. They move on to the quarterfinals. Thank you for participating.
Up next, Internazionale Milano versus Borussia Dortmund, which is very well could be a Champions League knockout round matchup, but Champions League finalist Inter Milan will advance.
Up next, we got Manchester City versus Al Hilal. With the addition of Cristiano Ronaldo, he takes...
Once again, retire already.
Again, just we'll see how their form translates against a top European team like Man City. Although Man City wasn't that convincing this year, I still do see them going through. Man City onto the quarterfinals.
PSG versus Palmeiras, French giant versus Brazilian giant. But PSG, again, another Champions League finalist. They're just a class above any of the South American teams.
Our next one up, we got the Conference League winners, Chelsea versus Benfica. After spending almost 500 billion on players and returning players and loan players, Chelsea should have the depth and the quality to make it to the quarterfinals. Benfica, thank you for participating.
Now we have 2 South American giants, a pretty decent rivalry between Brazilian team, Argentinian team, and they both recently won Libertadores, so Fluminense versus River Plate. But I think the current moment of River Plate is better with a player like Franco Mastantuono. They can, I think, go through the next round.
Okay. And last but not least, we got Real Madrid versus Juventus. Sorry, Juve. You're going up against the favorites. Real Madrid will make it too. And then play River Plate in the first quarterfinals. I think it's going to be a good game. Good showing by Franco.
Giants.
But Real Madrid will go on to the semifinals.
Could this be Franco's showcase?
Stay tuned.
The next matchup we've got here is Chelsea versus Paris Saint-Germain. PSG, which we don't know if they won the Champions League at this point yet or not, which would be tomorrow. But regardless, Luis Enrique's man with Ousmane Dembele in the driver's seat will glide past this Conference League winning team of Chelsea.
Yeah, our third quarterfinal, Inter de Milan versus Manchester City. A great matchup between these 2 European giants. Man City still, I guess, trying to find their feet on the ground. Inter, UCL finalists, if not eventual winners. We'll see again that in the final tomorrow. I think this high flowing on fire Inter will be too much and eliminate Manchester City and make it to the semifinals.
And lastly, the last quarterfinal matchup is Atletico Madrid versus Bayern Munich. This is a heavy-hitting matchup. Could be a deep Champions League match. But in this case, we're not going to go with Bayern. We're going to go with Atletico, who we think this could be a tournament where luck finally goes in their favor. So Atletico in the semis, which would put them up against Inter. Who wins that one?
I'm going to go with I think a long season will eventually catch up to Inter de Milan and play a toll in this match, which will eventually cause them to lose and Atletico de Madrid onto the first ever FIFA Club World Cup final.
And then the second semi-final would be Paris Saint-Germain versus
Real Madrid, baby! Vamos!
the team that lost 4 Clásicos this season and is only showing us a foreshadow of what's to come, which is to lose to PSG.
Sorry guys, this is as far as we go. This new Xavi ball will still be trying to find its pieces and put the puzzle together. But if you're going up against a Champions League finalist and arguably the best team in the world,
After Barcelona.
from goalie to forwards, I mean, this is a well-oiled machine. And let's see if they do win the Champions League tomorrow. But I think this is Real Madrid's endpoint and PSG onto the final.
Vamos!
That would bring us to our final, Atletico de Madrid versus PSG.
This one is that's a pretty good final. Like, it's two pretty contrasting styles. PSG, Atletico, they're one's slightly more counterattacking while PSG is more possession based, so it's kind of like a clash of styles. Dembele versus Alvarez.
I'm gonna go with PSG, guys. I think they will win the Champions League, and I think they will take this tournament. They've been the best team on paper and in our eyes. They're just stacked. They're playing great ball, and I think they will be enough to break down that Atletico Madrid defensive line that they like to implement to a good style.
Heard it here first. Paris Saint-Germain 2025 FIFA Club World Cup win. Well, now you have it. PSG is your champion. Let's revisit this video after the final to see how wrong we were. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Drop your predictions down below. How do you think this tournament's gonna go? Who's gonna be their first FIFA Club World Cup champion or winner and be crowned as the best of the best? And like always, it's only up from here, boys and girls. Peace.